Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by Second Wind Brewery, an amateur mixed martial arts contest at a catchweight scheduled for 3 rounds, 3 minutes apiece. Introducing to you first, in the red corner, holding an amateur mixed martial arts record of 0-4, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighing in at 139 pounds. From Nashua, New Hampshire, by way of Portland, Maine, he's representing Team KTA. Make some noise for Connor Buckets Morrill. And now, introducing his opponent, standing across from him in the blue corner, holding an amateur mixed martial arts record of 0-1. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 139 pounds. From Dedham, Massachusetts, he's representing South Shore Sport Fighting. Let's hear it for Jack Noone. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Tommy Santana.
All right, first MMA fight of the night. And though it is MMA, we still have the Muay Thai shorts for both guys.
I feel like Thai shorts are the move right now.
It's trending.
across all combat sports.
And big shout out to Wicked Muay Thai, Josh Hagler, his girl Lauren there. They hook the fighters up and have a tremendous catalog of
We talked about the ground game.
extremely comfortable Muay Thai shorts.
Sorry, Andy.
Oh, good.
We talked about the ground game of Jack Noone earlier, and he's already shooting for a shot.
Oh, heavy
nice right
hands from
Big
Morrill.
right hand from Morrill.
Precision too.
Listen, I'll tell you this, though. When I watch Jack Noone's fight, that kid can take a shot.
Exactly. His chin was one of the most impressive parts of that fight. Was definitely showcasing his toughness and finding his avenues for offensive success on the feet. But here he is pulling guard against Connor Morrill.
The kid's got a lot of confidence in the jiu-jitsu game. I'd like to see it now. Let's go.
Doing a great job isolating the arm, breaking down the posture. Let's see if this leads somewhere. Because when the punches are involved, oh, smart move. He just backed away. Not going to bother with that.
Oh, big kick from Morrill. Jab to the body. Oh, both guys throwing.
And I think Morrill got the better of the timing of those strikes there. Nice leg kick from Morrill as Noone was gearing up for a kick of his own, and then he checked.
Despite being shorter, Morrill's been more accurate with his punches, and they've been landing even at range.
All right, we got a timeout call.
Accidental knee to the mouth.
Yep. I think he went to the body as Morrill was landing some really nice, crisp, short body shots with that plum clinch. The head kind of got brought down, and the knee that was targeting the body grazed the chin. For sure, definitely hit the illegal target against an amateur. But I don't think Noone threw it intentionally to the head.
Definitely not. It happens.
Yeah, it's a risk factor when you're digging multiple body shots in a sport where you can get kneed. I mean, I've been knocked out like that before, actually.
Oy, I like to see, Noone's capitalizing on that.
Yeah, but good job from Connor Morrill getting up and landing a strike, keeping Jack at bay.
100%. Nice tactical get up.
Jack Noone was able to time a real good jab in his fight against Hannon Sanford once he got it pumping. But so far, it's looking like Morrill's been able to come over the top of that jab, which is making Noone hesitant to pump it.
Yeah, Morrill's been landing some good strikes, but Noone is starting to chop with that leg kick. Yeah. I don't think it's enough for this round, but I think it's going to be a factor in the rounds to come.
Oh, yeah, those low calf kicks are no joke.
And Morrill's landing a few of them in his own. He's just landing a nice little inside one to set up a big punch, a la Dan Henderson style.
Ooh,
I like the jab before that, too.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't seen yet really in this fight. They're kind of just throwing naked kicks, but now they're initiating a clinch from Morrill. Jack Noone goes for the hip toss.
And, yeah, they were a little bit of a stalemate in that scramble. Both kind of jockeying for that dominant position. Nice job from
Morrill on top.
Morrill,
hammer fist.
Big hammer fist there with about 35 seconds left to go in the round.
Well, there's a disadvantage of pulling guard like that. You know what I mean? You get those hammer fists raining down on you.
And there's only limited leg attacks here that Jack Noone can go for. You can't reap the knee, so no heel hooks, inverted or regular. You got to go for a straight knee bar and ankle lock here, and that's just giving Morrill the time and posture. The posture here, and if he has the time, he can land down a couple more big hammer fists like he did earlier in this position.
I knew we do have to talk a little quiet because they're right there. Oh! Trying to get some hammer fists of his own is Jack Noone. Big way to end the fight.
Well done there. Well done using that leg lock
round.
attack to end up on top.
Yeah.
If only that happened sooner. But that said, what has happened in the time that was allotted was Morrill is landing leather to mouth, and that is probably going to give him the first round.
I would agree, especially with the top position and some hammer fists in that leg lock attack right there. Those were provided to get Noone to the top position very late in the round. Too little too late to win him, but
well, Noone has shown that he's a danger.
We've got a replay coming up here. Look at this. Right hand over the top from Conor Morrill, and then a jab,
Very
two behind
accurate.
it. Yeah, keeping the hands active. Both guys landing in this exchange. It's been a firefight with these two. Nice left hand, switching stances as he's completing the flurry.
Yep. In my opinion, man, I really do think it's some next level stuff when you see a guy go for that leg attack, but not to finish that leg attack, but just to get to a better position. And you see that in Jack Noone. It looks like he's really experienced that first fight and a lot of the grappling bouts that he's had in the meantime, too.
We're going to kick it to Johnny real quick, as this is a teammate of yours in Jack Noone. What do you see in the youngster out of your gym there, Johnny?
Jack, he's looking solid. I love the way that he's moving on the ground especially. I'd love to see him drive a little more on that takedown attempt, get Morrill against the fence where he'll have a little bit more success getting to the hips. And then Morrill, if he fakes a little more, man, those punches are going to start landing heavier. And then Valdina mentioned those leg kicks from both gentlemen. That's going to be a deciding factor if this goes 3 rounds.
Yeah, I like Johnny's point right there about not stopping at the hips for those takedowns, really driving through. That's something you really need to see for that wrestling exchange to work in their favor. A lot of guys just stop right at the hips because they think they're in, but then you'll get stuffed down. Good point, Johnny.
It's clear, too, that what each of them are trying to do here and where each of them is finding more success. Not that either is a slouch in grappling or striking, but Noone is more confident and a bit more savvy on the ground, whereas Morrill's been more accurate on the feet.
Oh, looks like we got some ice in there. Walter Cortito in there, cleaning up the corner. Looks like we're fine, good to go.
Could be much worse. Could be an old ice bucket.
Conor Morrill and Jack Noone ready for round 2.
And they touch him up.
A little bit of everything of MMA in that first round.
Oh, that was like a delayed lag-ish teep.
It cleared the distance and kind of like glided into range. Oh, nice left head kick.
Oh, big body kick, though.
Great timing on that from Noone. And nice hands put together, moving backwards by Noone. I think he might have got the better of that exchange from the looks of it from here.
Nice takedown.
Took your advice, got him real deep on that.
Way to adjust for Jack Noone in between rounds. He comes from a good veteran team, too, so he's in good hands there between rounds.
And look at the experience of Morrill showing true here. Already framing up with that elbow, trying to wall walk back, but good control with the hip, with that reach grip that Jack Noone has with the left hand, controlling the hips of his opponent, keeping him on the bottom guard.
For sure.
Morrill creeps back to the cage. Noone's doing a good job of controlling the hips and preventing him up. I spoke too soon, and he did just get there. Back to the wall. Now he can stand. But Morrill...
He's up. Great job, and way to inch your way to the wall to set yourself up positionally to get up instead of kind of like flailing to get there.
As intimidating as this cage is, it is your friend when you're on the ground. You need that to get up, and he did. It was great.
It's a double-edged sword because getting stuffed against it is a death sentence, though.
Oh, for
so
sure.
it's that's the fun part, though, and they both were doing the right thing there.
Yes. Indeed, there was some great control from Jack Noone in that, but...
I like those skipping feints from Morrill.
I was just about to comment that. He does a little crow hop before he hits like a 1-2, and it's landing.
Some slick stuff, the off-timing stuff. It keeps you guessing. You think it's coming down the middle, and you're changing 3 different trajectory angles.
Morrill doing a good job framing on that left leg of Jack Noone to prevent any knees and just keep some space. It looks like Jack Noone's got double unders. I take that back. Yep, Jack's got to dig for that underhook now and turn his opponent. There we go. Now he's target center.
Real competitive. Both guys still respecting each other's skills here.
Absolutely. I think that Noone's been able to land a lot more than the first round, and I think that they're very, very competitive here in the striking.
Ooh, nice return from Jack.
Big overhand.
It was a great jab from Morrill. Nice left kick to the
man,
body.
I felt that body kick.
Both of them have landed some pinpoint strikes to the liver with the legs there.
Yeah. Morrill's finding a lot of success digging into the body. There's that crow hop again. Ends up with his back in the cage. Oh, good knee.
Yeah, they're both vicious with those short-range knees. I think that Noone was far more effective, landed some great shots, far more effective in the first round, but still I'd probably edge the damage to buckets on this.
I agree with you. Oh, he's fired up. Oh, he's screaming right into the blue corner.
I love the enthusiasm. It's awesome because just the fire that he has sitting at 0-4 as an amateur. And I was 0-3 in my first fights, and just to roll off and be motivated to continue going in there. And it's showing in his performance. He's putting everything he has into his strikes. He's been put in some bad positions and hit with some hard strikes and just not saying die, not saying no, finding his way back in. I think we got a replay coming. That's all right. With 2 replays coming from this round. Nice. Yeah, just like you said, got to get in on the hips and keep driving. There he did find that takedown, which made this a much closer round than the first one, and beautiful time on that body kick.
Yeah, big body kicks. A big key to that takedown, though, is really locking your hands like gable grip underneath the butt. That's really going to eliminate that walking backwards of their opponent to defend it. So great job by Noone to finish that takedown of big body kicks as Morrill's doing a little Indian chant or something like that in the red corner. Oh, he's talking to him.
He's fired up. He's been fired up all. He said he's proud of him. Let's do it. I love it.
Oh, he's fired up.
Hungry for that first win. A lot of mutual respect for these guys. Both hungry for that first win. Jack Noone still staying tough and prominent and keeping a limb pumping out there. Nice jab from him, but Conor Morrill has bad intentions on all of these kicks that he's ripping right now.
Both throwing kicks. Big calf kick.
Nice combo with the hands from Morrill on there, closing the distance.
I like how Morrill's kind of going laterally now, kind of switching up side to side to get a good angle for those big kicks.
And just like he's like kind of crow hopping to get into range, he's doing a good job of just gliding just out of range.
Yep, getting his head off line for the long jab.
Oh, nice combo from Jack, though. Landed a couple good strikes there.
You know, I think Jack's been doing a good job of not getting hit this time and landing some nice long-range strikes. I'm liking his striking so far this round.
Right into the clinch exchange. He takes the center now. I'll tell you what, I think in round 2, Jack was finding a lot more success when he was in the center and he wasn't being stale with his feet. I think when he starts moving his feet while still containing the center of the ring, that's where he was having some success. So I'd like to see that out of Jack again.
Well said. And that does play to his height advantage much more so than...
Nice kick from Jack there. Snuck under the elbow.
Ooh,
You know what? That lateral movement to the right kind of eliminated the damage from Jack's kick, though, from Morrill.
That is true. Short check hook there from Jack Noone that time. I feel like Jack is starting to find the range where he's not getting hit, but able to touch back.
I feel like Conor Morrill slowing down just a tad right here in this round. He started off this round fired up and throwing guns a-blazing, and now it looks like Jack is starting to come away with the volume.
I agree with you. Morrill, like you said, he was gassing a little bit, maybe slowing down just a tad, so it's probably not the worst idea to start a clinch exchange here.
Oh, scoring some major control points in a really close round, trying to hook the leg and score a takedown that could seal a round that could go either way. As could round 2. I think the only definitive round thus far was round 1 for Conor Morrill.
Yep, he's doing a good job draping that left arm around his back, keeping that his left hip as well. Big knees. Oh, he's got like a standing Dagestani handcuff type of thing.
Yeah, all right, with against Jack.
Yeah, against Jack.
Oh, I can see it now.
That's a lot of control right there.
So even if he lets go with his right hand and just starts pummeling, he might have some control just right there with
I think
on the clinch.
It's kind of tough to keep if you just have one hand, though.
You're
I
not
think you
pinning
do
it onto the ground.
Yeah.
You got to deal with a lot less gravity. A lot less gravity to work with you, I should say.
Maybe get a quick takedown out of him real quick.
I don't know. I think this control time might have sealed the deal for Conor Morrill to get his win. I think it was enough from where I'm watching, from what fight I saw. But it all depends on the little angles that the judges are sitting in, as we've seen in so many close decisions before. But both guys with a tremendous amount of respect for each other, and even more so after a hard-fought battle like that.
Yeah, that was a great back and forth. I think that This was actually the most well-contested round. It was neither really pulled ahead as Connor had in the other 2 rounds. I feel like Jack Noone really started to find his range in this round, but it was maybe too little too late.
Yeah, competitive fight nonetheless. I mean, they both came in looking hungry as hell, fired up. I think, in my own opinion, again, I am not a judge, and I love both these guys. I've had the pleasure of sharing the mat with Jack Noone, but I will have to say that I personally would give a slight edge to Morrill, just with the aggression, some of the combination punches, and also Jack Noone did have some ground game in the first round, so I don't know.
I'm not shy about my opinions. Morrill landed more of the strong punches in the first and second round. Definitely give it to him, and the third, it's hard to say, but yeah, I think Morrill's coming ahead at least with 2 rounds.
Yeah. You said it better than I could.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for these 2. After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Dave Ginsburg scores this contest 29-28 for Connor Morrill. Judge Nick Mahmood scores this contest 29-28 for Jack Noone. And Judge Steve Rita scores this contest 30-27, giving you your winner by split decision, Connor Morrill.
Oh man, like we said, it was a competitive fight. You do get a split decision there, which is a little surprising to me. I thought it was going to be unanimous, but you know what? Like we said, he had a good ground